Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name is Katie. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today I thought I would do a Q&A. I have two students who last year were very interested in making a YouTube channel, and yesterday I was at the gym and I saw on YouTube that they posted a video, and for the past year or so I've been editing their videos. So when I saw that they made a video by themselves, uploaded it and did all of that, I was so excited and I watched it. I'm gonna insert their intro so you guys can see it. So good. I'm so proud of them, and they did a Q&A, so I thought that I would take some of their questions and then answer some other questions too, and I thought it would just be fun to see what is a teacher's answer compared to their answers. So if you want to go watch their channel, then go ahead. They're awesome. They're so fun to be around, and their intro and what all that they did for their video is just so good. I'm just so proud of them. It's just such a good video. Go please subscribe to them. I'll put everything down below so that you can subscribe to them and see their video. I thought I would answer some of their questions that they were asked, and then I'm gonna answer a few more of my own questions that I've kind of just put together. So let's get started. I'm also really sorry about the lighting. It is still really early in the morning and I'm in front of my window, but since the sun is still rising in a way, it's like blue. I don't know why my face is blue. It's not like the natural light. So sorry. I just want to film this video, and yeah, I thought that we could sit, have coffee together, answer some questions. You can get to know me, and yeah, so let's get started. It's still really hot if you can see the steam. So I'm just gonna let that sit there and we'll answer some questions. I watched their video and I tried to take screenshots of the questions. So I tried my best. I don't know if I fully got them, but I know I got a few. So the first question that I screenshotted was, if you could see anyone in concert, who would it be? That's a really good question. I haven't been to a concert in a really long time. The last one that I went to was John Mayer, I think, when I was in high school. So it's been a really long time since I've been to a concert. I would say, I don't know. I would probably say someone like Mumford and Sons, some like folk band I think would be really cool. I would love to go to a concert that is kind of like, what's that big concert that everyone goes to in California? I forget the name. Coachella. I would like to go to a Coachella-like concert when COVID is over, you know, and have it all be like folk bands. I really like folk music, so like Mumford and Son, I really like them, things like that. That would probably be the concert that I would like to go to. So I thought the next question was really interesting. I can still answer it. They are seniors in high school about to leave for college. So the question was, what will you miss most when you leave for college? And I thought that I could answer this because I grew up in New Jersey, but I went to school in Kansas. So I definitely felt on this question, I definitely missed a lot of things when I was leaving for college. I definitely missed my home friends, that because everyone mainly stayed in New Jersey. I missed my friends, my family. I missed bagels. Oh my, if you're from Jersey, you just know, you just get it. I missed bagels so much. That was a really hard thing to give up because I would have them often, and bagels in Jersey are just heaven. Like God had sent them down from the heavens, and they just were created, and bagels were created for Jersey. So I definitely missed bagels. I missed having easier access to going to places because I lived in a really small college town, and all of the main shopping areas, the main fast foods that you would want more often and more frequently were really far away. They're about like 45 minutes. So that's something that I got adjusted to, that I had to really drive everywhere to go get anything. So that was something that I missed, of having everything pretty close to us in Jersey. So that was definitely something that I missed when I was in Kansas. But I thought that was a really interesting question, that you can always kind of reflect back on your college years and answer questions like that. So I thought it was interesting. I liked that question. The next question is, what is one thing you learned about yourself in 2020? I saw this one, and again, a really good question. It's really good to take time to reflect, even when it's hard, even when it's sad, even when you're tired of being stuck in your house for so long. it's really good to reflect on what happened in 2020. There's so much things that happened in 2020 that even looking at like Snapchat to see the memories, I'm like, wow, that was 2020. One thing I learned about myself in 2020 is that I really like being alone, but I can't be alone for a really, really long period of time. I have to interact or see someone. I can't just stay inside. And I never thought that was an issue for me. I thought that I loved being alone. I love my space, and I would always rather be alone than with like a group of people. I'm a very big introvert. So having this realization come to be throughout 2020, it's kind of come in waves. It's been very interesting to see that I really do need the interaction of people. Even if it's like seeing someone at the gym, like that mentally helps me just kind of like have a better day. So that's something that I learned, is that I can be alone, and it's really good to be alone and to have time to just be to yourself, think, plan out your life, whatever you're doing, pray, all of those things. But then I really do need just some interaction, whether it's going to the gym, whether it's going to the grocery, seeing students at basketball practice. Like those little things really do change my week around. Like if I could compare 2 weeks ago to 1 week ago when I had basketball practice, last week was so much better. And it's because I had short times of interaction with people, and I didn't think that I needed that, but I guess I really do. So I would definitely say I learned that I can be alone, and it's good to be alone, but I need people too. Which is, yeah. The last question that I screenshotted from them was, what was your first impression of each other? Clearly I'm not filming with someone, so I thought that I would do my first impression of them. So my 2 students, when I first met them, the first time that I met Jesley was when I was living at school last year. That was, again, part of my mission program. I was living at school. The chapel at our school had a fire and burnt down. And the first time that I met Jesley was when they were supposed to start building and doing kind of like a ground break for the chapel. And they had 4 students there. They were filming it, and they were doing an interview and things like that. And I met Jesley then, and she was so sweet and so nice. And I took a picture of the chapel, and she was in the picture, and one of my good friends that I went to high school knows Jesley, and so that's kind of how our relationship started, was because they knew each other. So they were like, hey, talk to her, she's cool, you know, like kind of a conversation like that. So my good friend was talking to her and was saying like that she knew me. That's kind of how I met Jesley. And then I met Paris in volleyball, and they both played basketball, so we just continued our friendship, and it just kept growing and growing. And then I started teaching them in like November, and so it was just a really good time to get to know them. And they're really cool, they're really fun, and I love teaching them, and I'm gonna miss them. But I thought I would just answer some of the questions that they used in their video, and then I'm gonna do a few more of just some random questions so that you can get to know me. So I just googled Q&A for teachers, fun questions, and one of the questions says, what is a typical Saturday night look for you? Which is really funny because I just filmed that. That was my last video on this channel. So if you want to know what a typical Saturday night looks like, I'll link it above. You can see my day in the life on Saturday. One of the questions says, how do you spend your summer breaks? That's a cool question. The first time that I had summer break was last year, so I was a missionary, but it still was a teacher for the full year. And then I went back to Indiana, and then I went to Florida, and I worked at a Salesian summer camp, which was so fun. So I think I'm probably gonna do that again this summer. I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99, I would say, okay, maybe I'm like 90% sure that I'm probably gonna go back to Florida and spend summer there, but I might stay in Indiana. I really need to get like a job because I'm trying to get an apartment, so I just wanna have a little bit of extra money so that I can just be secure and not worry. So no matter what I do this summer, I'm probably gonna get a job somewhere, whether I'm in Indiana, whether I stay here in Jersey, or most likely I'll probably go to Florida, but not 100% sure yet about that. One of the questions says, what can you cook to perfection? Are you willing to share the recipe? No, and I can cook pasta to perfection. That's it. And add some sauce, just pour on sauce. Ooh, this is a good question. It says, if you won the lottery and decided to give up teaching, what would you do instead? That's very interesting. So if I ever win the lottery, I would definitely be more active in helping Nicaragua. I've gone to Nicaragua 3 times and I want to go more, but with COVID, we can't right now. So I would definitely become more active at the site there. And I think I still would be a teacher. I don't think that I would completely just pick up my life and go. but who knows? I think I would definitely donate for sure there. If I won the lottery, I'd probably give them all of it, honestly. Well, I'd give like my family some, but I would give a lot to Nicaragua. And then I'd probably still teach and then go there in the summer. This is a good question. It says, how do you show your school spirit? So something that's interesting is that I went to high school there where I teach. So I love every single tradition. I love all the activities that we do. I love all the events that we do because I got to do them myself as a student. So the best way to show spirit is just to smile, to have fun, to get involved. If they're playing a song and there's dance moves, like dancing with the students, because it just allows everyone to become more comfortable, to just kind of say like, oh hey, Miss Church is dancing, so like we can do it too. So to show my school spirit, I definitely would just like join in things. And again, you can wear like school attire and things like that. Like if you can see over here, I have like my varsity jacket from when I was a student. So just wearing things that represent that you went there just kind of shows them like how much you care and love the school and how much you care for them. And then the more you get involved and just want to be with them in whatever activity it is, definitely shows school spirit and love. So that's a good question. And the last question, which is kind of perfect for 2020 since we've been online for so long, it says, how does technology make teaching more simple or difficult? And this is a good question. So right now we're completely online. We are supposed to go back in person tomorrow, so cross your fingers. I don't think they would tell us today, so I think for sure that we're gonna go back in person tomorrow, and I actually might film a get ready with me because I haven't gotten ready for school in so long since we've been online since Thanksgiving. But technology for me is definitely a big help. I use technology all the time, all day. There was like a ratio to how much technology I use for school. It's really high for technology. My grade book's on my computer, my PowerPoints are on my computer. We have girls who are online completely, so we have to Zoom them while we're in person still. So technology is a big part of my classroom, and there's so many cool things you can do with technology, and so it's definitely helpful. A downfall of technology is that it's definitely draining, right? So if you're like I stare at screens all day, so it's definitely draining, but that's just a part of it. I do wear like blue light glasses, but I don't wear them when I'm teaching. I just wear them if I have a prep period or if it's in between classes and I'm on my computer. So it can definitely affect your eyes, which is a downfall. And I just dropped my phone. It's definitely draining for the day. Like when you're on technology all day and you're like, all right, I want to go do something, then you're like, no, you have no energy. So you just have to be cautious of how much technology that you use because it's definitely draining, but